Welcome to a hot takes episode of What's the Diff, where we bring a few topics and let loose our opinions when we are down a man. I'm Tickling the Ivories, Josh. With me today, plucking the banjo, Keenan.
Wasn't very good. I wasn't ready.
And joining us today, a special guest, drumming along with us, is Taylor.
Heck yeah.
You're like, oh, fuck, I feel pressure to make a sound.
Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us using all of our links at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com.
What's the number again, Josh?
That number again is 802-884-3553.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Remember last time, I think, I was gone, so you guys did a hot takes, and then you said, next week, actually, we'll be discussing. No, we're lying still. So,
Yeah.
we're not actually ever going to be talking about our topics.
Well, you see, I really just wanted to do another hot takes episode, so I just coughed in Coley's face, and
Good.
now he's dead.
I injected him with a small amount of borium. What is that? What is a borium? Is that just an element?
I think that's an element, yeah.
Okay. Borax.
What's borax?
It's like
Isn't it
rat
like rat
poison.
poison?
Yeah.
Ah,
That's what I was thinking.
that doesn't sound boring at all. That was really forced. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to laugh at your joke.
I'm honestly learning from you. Ask Keenan. I'm pretty good at coming up with the little quirky dad jokes.
You're
on
good
the
at
fly.
coming up with bad jokes.
Yes, exactly.
I'm really good at thinking I'm funny.
No, they're clever.
No, they're good. They're clever. They're so clever you go, yeah, Josh is pretty good at them.
Yeah, it's nice being punny. It's good.
Yeah, you're pretty good at that. Yeah. All right.
I'm glad that people are finally catching on.
Yeah.
Slowly
on.
but surely.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
And don't call me Shirley. So I should probably start.
Go for it.
All right. We're gonna be we're gonna be less on the hot scale, but I think everyone needs to know turkey is overrated and should be replaced with ham for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's just there's so many variables when it comes to turkeys, and it doesn't seem like really anyone does them right.
Yeah, that's true. Too dry.
Plus, I have to stay home for 8 hours today and not enjoy my family day because I have to. What do they do?
I mean, they do everything to
What do
turkeys.
you do when you inject it?
Baste?
What's it called?
Yeah,
Baste a turkey.
basting.
We're gonna
Or-
baste
Yeah, like
my
every
turkey for
30
6
to 40
hours.
minutes.
I do think there's some ritual in it, and I don't know. But it's also like the stay-at-home wife is going to baste the turkey today while we all have fun, and we come back and she'll have a meal ready for us.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, now,
weird.
all the aunties and grandma and they're gonna be cooking and
Or the buzzed up dads try to get a big old
No,
pot
no,
in the
no,
backyard.
No,
and drop the
I know how to
turkey in.
make turkey right. Plus, turkeys are like the cutest animal I've ever seen, so it just feels bad to eat them.
with the little neck thing.
So, cutest animal. Yeah, yeah. That's a joke.
I know.
Oh, I mean, I thought I could see you liking turkeys. You look like you'd like turkeys.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, also the way they just walk around is kind of cute. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not one to be like preservation of animals. I guess I eat a lot of meat, so
I'm not one to like animals much. No, I agree. I mean, in terms of flavor and in terms of
Yeah, flavor.
everything,
yeah, the
pork is
ease
just
of
so
it.
much better.
Texture, the combinations.
Yeah.
You can, it's really hard to make a dry ham too.
You'd have to really
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
Dude, and whenever I go to a Thanksgiving dinner with like a new family, friend's family, and they have ham, I'm like, yes. Like it is always so much better.
Yeah.
Like when I met my real grandpa, my dad and I went to Thanksgiving, and when I was like, oh, my real grandpa's a ham guy. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. And it was so rewarding to see that. This turkey sucks.
I don't know. I like turkey sometimes, but
It's got to be made right. And you could tell by just looking at it. You know?
yeah.
Like I can remember all the times I've had a dry turkey. I can remember eating it like sandpaper.
Yeah, you're like, nah,
Yeah, I know,
this is
it's
great.
so
You have
good.
to use the cranberries to make it good.
Yeah.
And then you're putting fruit on meat. What the fuck's going on with that?
Well, I mean, savory sweet is a good combo.
Fruit on meat's not right. So
I don't know. I beg to differ a little bit on that one.
I mean, there's
It depends.
What other scenario can you think of fruit on meat that's good?
pineapple on meat pizza.
That I also disagree with that.
Yeah, ham and pineapple is a good combination.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, also, we learned that a lot of other things are fruit that aren't really fruit. By. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things that are fruit that maybe aren't fruit, and things that aren't fruit that are fruit.
Okay. Well, you know what I mean, like fruit.
Or
Call this thing like fruit.
like there's like different like crepes and stuff at the local creperie. AB crepes that do like a nice apple.
Okay. God damn
Okay,
it.
yeah,
Apple,
I do like
that's
apple
different.
and pear.
Yeah.
Pear, charcuterie boards.
Like,
okay. Yeah, that's
like
different.
there
though. I
are
feel
some things that I think it goes with. I think
Yeah.
you're right that the majority it doesn't really.
Yeah.
But
And also, the ham should be honey ham
Yes.
yeah.
without
100%.
question.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
I didn't even know there was other hams.
Yep.
There's
honey
regular
ham or
ham.
no ham.
Can you believe it? There's regular not sweetened ham.
What the hell?
But that being the case, I wonder if honey turkey would be good. Because if we're sweetening it with honey, I wonder if that is a major player. I mean, no,
But
ham's better.
I feel like wouldn't that be that would be more common, right?
I don't know. I think honey ham's like it's a thing, and turkey's just supposed to be turkey.
Yeah.
Depends on the way you baste it.
Yeah.
If you have to inject a bird with juicy goodness inside of it before you bake it, they weren't meant to be baked.
Or like another bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken. Even chicken's like just good. Rotisserie chicken. Way
That's
better.
a beautiful noise.
Thank you. No, and then also turkey makes you sleepy. So whenever you go to Thanksgiving, you're like,
Yeah,
fuck,
but that's
I'm
the
so
best.
tired, man.
The
So-
after nap, like after you are full and you take a nap, that's the best.
You're
part
like
of
playing
Thanksgiving.
Monopoly in your fucking head and you're falling into your hand there.
Well, that's your problem. It's because you're playing Monopoly. But
Speak for yourself. Monopoly's fucking fun.
I am. Yeah, is it the fact that turkey does have some sleepy stuff in it, or is it the fact that you just ate 3,000 calories in a single meal?
It's both of them, for sure.
Yeah, it is definitely both of them.
Okay, yeah. Ham's better.
So yeah, if you're thinking of having turkey this year, you're like, I'm gonna make the perfect turkey. Just get a ham.
How did turkey
Yeah.
become the thing for Thanksgiving?
Because of the pilgrims.
They were
Yeah.
like,
The
here's
settlers.
a turkey full of
Yeah.
smallpox. Oh, that was the blanket. Anyway, one of them had
They're like, wait, we
smallpox.
mixed them.
Regardless, take the smallpox, please. I can't have them anymore.
We don't want it anymore.
All right. Cops sitting on the side of the road doing speed checks are more dangerous than people going fast.
I think I would need to understand your point of view. Your
I've been
thought
in
process
traffic
on
a
it.
lot, and I've seen people go fast, and it's annoying for sure. And I do think there should be police checkpoints without a cop car. I think they should be radar enforced. And you go, dispatch, fucking going over there, gonna dispatch, hashtag Batman symbol over there, peep, go to that guy over there, get him. But I don't think cops sitting on the side of the road is very safe. More often than not, when I'm going down the interstate and all of a sudden everybody's just
yep.
brake lights, I'm like, holy shit. And then the car behind me, I'm like, oh, please stop, please stop, please stop.
Okay.
What the fuck's going on? Look to my left, a cop car is just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, quarter mile later, it's all fucking free flow again.
So you want to know how you can be safe about that?
Go the speed limit.
Yeah, don't drive
but-
so fast.
Yeah, but also the reason people do that is not because they're going faster than the speed limit. They just want to go below it. They want to make sure they're super in the clear. So they'll go from like 65, which is fine in a 60, to 50, which is also what Coley said. People need to be tested again. But I think we could completely eliminate that risk of everyone just slamming into each other without cops sitting on the side of a fucking interstate.
I get that. I totally get that point of
Yeah.
view, and I agree with that because there's been so many times where everybody just stops and they don't know how to drive anymore because they're trying to not get pulled over. But at the same time, I think it's also really important too for accidents and them being close to possible things.
Be
happening,
close. Just don't be on
you
the
know?
fucking side of the interstate.
Well, yeah, they're pretty big.
I'm pretty
shoulders,
much
though.
talking about the interstate here too, because it's just so high traffic and so high speed that it's just incredibly dangerous when 40 cars in a row all brake at the same time.
Yeah, but to say that they're more dangerous being there than people actually
I believe
speeding,
in that still. I still do.
it's
Because
just-
if someone's speeding and if they do evidently hit somebody and their car spins out of control and maybe the person they hit most people just from like anecdotally from videos I've seen are pretty good at avoiding that. Like, oh shit. I have seen cases where like that gets carried away. But also, if you make a fast lane like the Autobahn, where hey, go your speed, whatever, make it 3 lanes, that's been proven to be safer. The Autobahn doesn't have that many accidents, and when they do, it's usually the person driving fast getting in an accident. Like for somewhere like Seattle, it'd be a little tougher to have like a fast lane, like go
Yeah.
your own speed kind of
Yeah.
thing. But I think if they have some sort of regulation via radar instead, and then send whoop, whoop, go out there and get them kind of thing, it'd be a lot safer than just placing like a
speed trap kind of.
like a slow sign in the middle of the freeway. Like, oh shit, everybody just slams on their brakes unwarned. And that's one of the reasons like apps like Waze or whatever, they have like speed trap warnings.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a big part of that is like, hey, don't get a speeding ticket, but also like, hey, slow down now so you're not all slamming on your brakes when you get there.
Yeah.
And I've seen that make like a big difference too. Yeah. I don't have stats on if the Autobahn is this safe versus this, but I do think we don't need cops on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a huge culture difference between Germany and the
Yeah.
U.S. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're very car centric, so to have that fast lane, it's just not possible. We have so many vehicles, so many people driving, and it's just people just need to slow down.
I agree. I mean, overall, yeah, but like,
And if you see a cop and you're already speeding, they've already clocked your speed. You
Yeah,
don't have
exactly.
to. You don't have to slow down that
I
fast.
think what I'm saying is like the one person going 100 and a 60. Okay, that's obviously dangerous no matter what. I'm not saying that's safer. What I'm saying is everyone going 70 and a 60 is safer. It's fine than if there's a cop and everyone going 70 all of a sudden goes 55 and changes that speed drastically. Because then it creates that, funnel effect.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And then the people behind the people that go from 70 to 55 have to
Yeah.
go even slower.
If everyone
to not
just
hit people.
fucking goes 10 over and the cops are like, whatever, just leave it.
But
Just
that's
get that one
also
guy.
that's also why they have like the whole 10 on 2, 2 eyes on the road, 4
Mhm.
seconds behind, always pay attention.
Yeah.
Things like
Well,
that.
you know
so.
those rules because it seems like you don't. Anyway.
Get him.
I wanted to. So
Oh wait,
bad.
I got something for this.
Fuck you.
Mm.
That's funny. Anyway, yeah. Seems like you guys don't agree, which makes me angry.
I would
I'm
say
kidding.
that
That's
I agree with you that there should be more radar checks, and the reason why there's not is just the feasibility aspect. It's so much easier to put the cop that you're paying $100 an hour on the ground to just sit and watch
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
instead of the team in the sky that are flying around or the person that's trained to do the unmanned drone and then send someone out.
Yeah. Or God, what are they called when you have? It's like this camera system where it has a line and then another line. Car hits both the lines, like they're like what, a quarter mile apart, maybe not
Yeah.
even that,
No, not
like
even.
a few hundred meters apart. Car hits both lines. It sees how fast that car. Why do I say that weird? Sees how fast that car got from one point to the other. Takes that time, and you can determine their speed.
They do that a lot.
That is super. That's a super cool thing.
Yeah, that's
then-
also with a thing in the sky.
I thought it was with a camera. It gets their plate. It gets their lane and their plate.
Oh, you're talking about like the stuff on
It's not a toll thing.
405?
I've seen it on
that's a
I-5
toll,
too.
But
They also do it to determine how busy roads are too.
Yeah, but no, I've seen it though. It's like it'll say like speed check ahead, and then and then you can see a line in the road with like cameras in every lane, so that it sees if someone got to the other line too fast, which determines their speed. Take a picture of them, get a cop on them.
yeah, I mean, well,
I don't know.
that's
I've seen that,
also my thing. I should leave this for another hot take, but I don't like those systems.
but- okay. Why?
Okay, so
Might as well talk about it.
systems like red light cameras or stuff like that is usually put in by a third party, and so it's brought in by like the cities, and then they put the systems in, and then usually those cities are like, well, we don't want to pay for it. And so the company's like, don't worry, we'll pay for all the infrastructure, all those upgrades to put those in, but we get a certain amount of the tickets. And so they can also manipulate the systems
Yeah.
to like take away, like to lower yellow light time, to introduce all these different things that can make them more and more money. And the city gets nothing out of it. So they're just having all of their tax dollars, any money that they could have gotten from those people getting funneled towards those tickets.
Yeah, they're just like
That's fucking dumb.
Yeah, abusing it.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I highly do not like those things.
Yeah. We should just put wacky inflatable arm tube mans
There you
in
go.
the middle of the highway every so often.
Ooh, there you go.
People are like, oh, fuck. Oh, it's not a cop. I can still keep my speed. But they check probably like 2.5 miles an hour each time. Oh, perfect speed every time.
Yeah, because that's definitely not more dangerous than a cop.
No,
Nope.
they're just flailing their arms.
Oh, okay. It's just a wacky inflatable arm tube man.
I mean, that'd be great in traffic. You're just like sitting there and it's just like smacking your windshield.
Fuck it. God. Yeah.
Close the window. I can't.
Just smiling at you. Hi. Huh. Cool.
Yeah. So Taylor, what do you got?
Okay. Ooh, I think I'll start with the friendship breakups hurt more than relationship breakups.
Friendship breakups hurt more.
Yeah, I do. I think they like hit a certain like heart nerve, you know, because it's easier to like bounce back from a partner relationship breakup because most people put like all that energy towards like doing better with their lives and trying new things and, you know, getting over it. But like friendship breakups, it's just like there's a different closeness and bond, you know, and most of them kind of just end out of the blue or bad, you know.
Yeah, and like replacing a partner.
It lingers longer too. That hurt and pain lingers longer.
I feel like it's easier. This is gonna sound bad because there's no good way to say this, but it's easier to replace a partner because you can get a new partner, and that kind of fills the same.
Yeah, well, it's a different
thing.
kind of connection. It's a different bond.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
having
know.
been broken up with by partners and friends,
yeah,
it is more lingering. I think at first it probably hurts more in a relationship,
Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, definitely pretty lingering.
yeah, the linger. Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
you're
it,
like,
and
"Damn,
like
I
I
missed
think that
that."
also like, and the older you get too is something to think about because it's harder to make those close friends again and like the want to do so.
Yeah, and also friends like you spend years with sometimes
Yeah.
too. I mean, obviously partners too.
But
But,
like,
like, we're
again,
young,
the bond
you know?
is different. You know,
Yeah.
like the secrets and the stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the connection's just a little more personal.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I can see it as kind of, I feel like in a way, a more real connection with friends. Because I feel like with partners, you can get that like deeper connection, like with sex.
You can have sex with your friends.
Yeah, it's just a little awkward because then you're like high five the homie and he's like, "Whoa, is that the one that was up my butt?" And you're like, "Whoa, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry,
Has that happened?
no,
Was that me?
I think so.
no."
No. I don't think that was.
But yeah, it's just like this connection that you have with your friends feels very much deeper. And
Yeah, like-
and so once that's kind of taken away, I definitely see what you're saying, Keenan. It's just like it doesn't hurt as bad at first compared to like a relationship, and then as time goes on, it starts to really set in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree
Like-
with that for sure.
And like what you're saying, like, yeah, partners, replaceable or whatever, easier or not easier. But it's also like when a relationship breaks, like a partnership breakup, usually it's for like they're not compatible or other reasons. So you kind of like, it's easier to come to terms with the fact like, hey, this happened for a reason, you know? And same thing with friendships, but it's different when, you know, it's like I said, different bond, closer bond, harder to replace, I guess. So you can't just be best friends with anybody and everybody, you know?
Yeah.
It's a more personal thing than a
I think I agree with
relationship.
that.
Yeah, there's definitely just a lot more to it. And boy, is that sad.
Sad.
So sad.
Wow, way to make us sad, Taylor.
Oh, sorry.
God, I'm so sorry. Did you know that when you're sad that if you hang upside down, you're smiling?
Sucks.
I don't have the core strength to
Alright,
do that.
Go, Josh.
all of my tears are used for this.
I just hang upside down and then I take a video right side up and then stare at it all day long so I look like I'm smiling.
So it's a beautiful image.
Thanks. I have like 40 of those in my phone in a certain folder.
Yeah, so accepting best friend applications, you know what I mean?
Only if you're not going to break my heart.
Yeah,
Only if you're not
one
gonna
that's not going to break my heart.
Slowly pull away at my tiny little pieces of glass that you broke.
And also, if you like the Pokemon trading card game.
Yeah, you have to walk the... Oh, you like Sapphire? Because I like Sapphire.
we watch some reruns.
Only if you make snow angels, and you're really good at it, too. There's not just making snow angels. There's making snow angels, and there's making snow angels.
I'm not good at making snow angels, so.
Well, that's why I have friends for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's different.
All right.
Okay.
Keenan, you gave me a really good idea by drinking that water.
I know.
Yeah, you guys like want some?
Yeah, please.
I have a lot.
I mean, I have enough for me, but my take is plain water has a taste, and it's okay to trash certain ones.
Yep, I think so. Especially like every house you go to tastes different.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% true. What are the pipes? How old are they?
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Is there lead poisoning? Am I in Flint, Michigan? Am I in Bellingham, where we have a beautiful lake that gives us amazing fresh water all the time?
Yeah, it does taste better ever since they got rid of the 2-stroke motors, but I do miss it when they just went.
Am I
Glacier
drinking it
water,
out of a
though,
puddle?
When I lived in Glacier, like that water is just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Where's the source for that? Is it like a
no idea.
the
Didn't question
mountain?
it. Sometimes you just don't question the good things. You just
Yeah,
It's probably an aquifer.
dude. What is that? What's an aquifer?
It's just like water underneath the ground.
Yeah. Oh, I knew that. I totally knew that.
Yeah. You took geology. You knew that.
Yeah, I know. And then when I was traveling in Patagonia, like the river water, best water I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Nothing's come close.
like it didn't make like the sides of your tongue all like, you know, when you drink something and it gets it all. You know what I'm talking about? Like
It just tastes. Yeah.
yeah, it
Uh,
quenches. I
Oh,
don't
it
know. Like it
quenched.
makes the sides of your mouth water when you drink it.
Oh.
Really crispy
I
or
mean, I
really
did
good
put
water.
water in my mouth.
But you know what I mean?
I
Like
don't. Maybe I do.
like the tip. I know if I could explain it better, I know
Yeah.
you would know.
It does make it made my mouth happy.
Okay.
And it was clean and fresh and crisp. It was crisp. Not like a chip. Like a river. And no, yeah, because I would get the hostile water and then I'd be like, this is not good. And I'd dump it and then I'd fill it up with the river. And you could see the mountain. That's where it's coming from. Bleep, 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 bleep. It's so
Spring
fucking
water.
good.
Would you do anything to it?
I just drink it.
Just drink it straight?
No, there's no light. It's literally like the mountain's like a quarter mile away. I can see the glacier. It's rushing over these rocks. It's getting filtered the whole way. Totally clean. If you look it up, it's like totally clean. It's
You
totally
just gotta
fine.
scoop out all the like, you know, the bugs. And
There's
the
nothing in it. It's like a beautiful rocky river, and it's just like glacial melt running over granite. And when you go online, it's one of the few places in the world where you can just drink it.
Okay, because I was going to say there's like anywhere around here, I would not be drinking river water.
I have.
Do you get sick?
No.
Ah,
Yeah.
lucky.
Well,
I
you
did,
don't like drink a bunch of it. but-
no, yeah, just
yeah.
a couple handfuls when I was thirsty. I mean, yeah, there's a risk of like I might get a little tummy ache, but like I've always been fine. And then when I was just in Canada on my trip,
Yeah.
I was at this campground like really far north. This dude's like, we're no service, whatever. This dude's pushing his like daughter around in a wheelbarrow. It's a brand new campground, so it was really nice, but it was like middle of fucking nowhere, Canada. And guys like, we're like, do you have any potable water? And he's like, is it potable or potable?
Yeah, either.
It's potable.
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 Anyway, do we have any
Potable.
potable water?
Potable.
And he was like, no, I just been drinking out of that river over there for about 30 years and I'm fine. And like, this guy was like a cool redneck dude. And like, I was like, all right, fuck it. So I went and just drank river water. And it was like a beautiful, I don't know, there was trees. So there was
That's
there
how
was,
you know it's good.
I don't know, no,
water.
because like in Patagonia, it was just like rocks. So I was like,
Yeah.
this looks like it's clean. I don't know, maybe it ran through some soil and I don't know, but it was
Yeah.
very clear and it tasted great. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
I mean, they made this so that I could trash on Southern California's tap water.
Oh.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just sitting in the sun all the time.
Anytime that we go down to Southern California and we're there for an extended period of time, we just get a case of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad about it, but I get it.
When I'm like traveling to places where it's like dry, I usually just buy bottled water.
Mm.
I'm not risking that shit. You can get pretty sick, especially because your gut isn't used to it.
Yeah.
So even if people there can drink it, you might not be able to really process it as well.
I like haven't traveled, so I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. If you go to like, SoCal, where
Yeah.
else? Texas, Southeast, everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of a lot of the southern states.
Yeah. We're fortunate here to have like tons of lakes and beautiful things to get water from.
Yep.
Yeah. And then like bottled water too tastes different.
Yeah, which
Kinda.
the only bottled water that I can really think of that I'm like, I really don't like this is like Arrowhead.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I don't like Dasani.
I don't
or
really
Arrowhead.
like the Aquafina, to be honest. That's stuff like, I don't know. Every time I get it, it does taste like plastic. Like it's been sitting in the bottle for too long.
Fucking Fiji, great.
Good water.
Voss.
Do you guys remember box water?
So good. It still exists.
It does?
Oh.
I've never seen it anywhere.
Oh, the box water?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Have you tried the black water? Like BLK water?
Oh, I think I
Bulk.
missed out on trying it, but for whatever reason, I had a sticker of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I had a sticker for it, but I never tried it.
Someone got it and you stole it.
Yeah, probably. I'm really good at stealing stickers.
No, it made me like really uncomfortable to drink, honestly. Because
Was
it was black.
A bit charcoal in it?
I don't know.
The charcoal craze.
Yeah.
I don't know if you should drink charcoal.
I don't know what it was, but
I
Is
could,
food
I could see
coloring?
it being.
It was like
they just
thick.
dyed it.
it felt thick too.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the
maybe
fuck
it was charcoal then.
Chocolate milk?
That's what it felt like, but it was liquid like water. Like it had the
Like
consistency of water.
magnesium, maybe?
I have no idea.
I'm just saying things like you're gonna, but you don't know. Sorry. You already said that. But fucking weird.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about all that, bud. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't really know about the fancy waters though. Like I've never had a Voss.
It's good.
I
yeah,
can't
they're
remember
really
the-
good.
I can't remember a time that I had Fiji.
If I'd buy bottled water, it's almost always Fiji. If I'm buying like one bottle.
If I buy one bottle, it's almost always Smart Water. But I
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I like
that's good.
smart water.
like it's pretty good. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, is it really smart to buy this amount of water for this much money?
Well, I like the tip. I like the mouthpiece on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They should bring that mouthpiece back more.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Gatorade one.
Bring back the mouthpiece.
Yes.
Powerade. Powerade has mouthpieces.
Still?
So good. The
Oh,
ones
yeah,
that, like,
that's what I'm
twist.
talking about,
Yeah, I know
Powerade.
the wide ones.
Yeah.
You twist.
Yeah,
I love
dollar
that
store.
shit.
They have a bunch at the dollar store.
Oh shit.
The ones that you just like raise up and just squeeze.
Yeah, yeah.
Yup.
Yeah. God, I fucking like water. I do. This water's not very good from my house. It's it's not very good. Think the pipes are old.
They're
It's got
probably
like a
old.
bitter aftertaste.
Uh,
I think it needs to be ran through a Brita, which is also good.
yeah. Filters.
Yes, yeah.
Filters the real MVP.
When I was camping, I took my life straw for fun and filled my little cup up in the lake and then took the life straw and sucked through it. It's really hard to do, by the way. Which is good because it's filtering. And the water tasted fine, but it was like slimy.
Oh.
Ew.
So I was like, okay.
I had a life straw, but I lost like one of the pieces to it, and then Aria used to use it as a drumming utensil. So I was like, I've never tried it. So is it worth it?
It's like $20. You can use mine. It does. We don't really need it because we're not
Yeah. Good for you.
in a drought.
Yeah, but if you're going like backpacking or something near a water source and you're going long enough that you don't like, you'll go through all your water, then it's nice
I'd
to have.
recommend if you're by a river, totally fine. Anything moving, but like a still water, that's still kind of weird.
Yeah, you'll probably want tablets for that.
Yeah, tablets and a life straw combined. Yeah,
And
But,
fire.
And oh
Fire.
yeah,
boil it, bully it.
bully in it. You're not that tall, water. Oh, now it's salt water
Why'd you say that?
because it was crying.
Why'd you say the tall thing? You know we're
Yeah.
both short. All right, I'm gonna do my second one here.
Go for it.
Sorry. More movies should allow the disaster of the plot or the villain to win. I think heroes get too much of a free pass to win. Like, there's a lot of good movies where I'm like, damn, this guy's not doing very good. And then, like, fucking hero, like, trips and dies. Or, no, sorry, the villain trips and dies. And the hero's like, yeah, I won. It's predictable and I'm bored with it. And I like I think a lot of good movies. I kind of made a list of a few movies here just to like go through it. I think a lot of good movies. We don't really think about it, but like the hero dies or
Yeah.
takes a huge loss.
Yeah.
And those are like the best movies. It's not the cheesy ones where everybody is like, yeah, you know. I think and it's kind of old. And I think more movies should be like that. So yeah, like apocalypse movies, I fucking love those
But
because
no one survives those.
it's cool. But like even like, what is it, like Day After Tomorrow? It's so sick watching New York get hit by a tsunami. Or people were really stoked about the movie 2012 because it was like the world's gonna explode.
That's where literally all of my anxieties come from.
But
those movies.
I think it's so cool to see
can't.
movies like that, and like because you can imagine what it would be like if the world ended, and it's kind of like an interesting thought. But like when you can look at it like animated or a story of it, it's like really cool. And there's like a lot of movies kind of like that. I mean, what's that one? The Silent Place?
Oh, Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. I love those movies. It's like post-apocalyptic. Everybody's got to survive. But yeah, and people like die, you know. But at the very end, like the family still survives, and it's like, God damn it. Although one of their family members did die. So anyway, let me think here. What's a movie? Okay, so Avengers: Infinity War, huge movie. Everybody knows it. Everyone died. Like a lot of your favorite characters just died, and you're like, damn. And that's one of the reasons, like, it's so good because people were like, holy shit. Like, he spent so much time getting to know these characters and learning them, and then all of a sudden they're just done. And they're like, Spider-Man, just done. You know, like, huge deal. Yeah.
Which,
But
go ahead.
sorry, no, I was just gonna say, but like back to the villain thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Thanos snapped. He won that, in that movie at least. Obviously, they came back in time in the second one and whatever. But, like, in that film, before anyone knew it was going to happen, Thanos snapped and won. The whole way up, you're
it
like,
just led. Yeah.
come on, and they failed, and everyone was like, "That was such a good movie," because they failed. That's so cool.
Which I feel like my argument would be that a movie isn't long enough to build that repertoire to be able to get that emotional.
That was a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I mean, it was a 20-year basically series that led to that, so that's rare. I do think it has its time and place in certain movies and TV shows. Like, not everything's made for that, but I think a lot of them that could have been should have been.
Which, I mean, that's my argument, is that if you could do like an extended series, so if it's like over a long period of time movies or like a TV show.
Yeah, or like a alternate, you know, like the opposite ending. So like this way the good guy wins and then the bad guy wins in this reality.
Thing.
You know, this.
With Avengers, they have this animated series, or is it? I'm not sure what it is.
Are you talking about the What If?
Yeah, What Ifs, and it's the What Ifs because I don't know why I'm referencing Marvel so much. I guess they did a good job of it, but yeah, it's What Ifs. It's like what would have happened if they didn't win, or this didn't happen, or that fight in New York never happened, and it's like really interesting. I don't know. Yeah, people love Terminator. They love seeing the world end. But like for example, there's a book called Inferno, where basically the villain wins by making a large chunk of the population of humans infertile and basically the villain, whatever, kind of like Thanos, where he's like solving population, but he wins in that. That's the end of the book. But in the movie adaptation, to make it more appealing to audience members, they made the villain die or just not win. I forgot what happened, but they just did that. It changed the book. I think Game of Thrones had a lot of success because people just died off. You never really knew who it was going to be.
That was the thing that I was going to say. Is Game of Thrones is a really good example of that. You could have a favorite character, and all of a sudden they could just die.
And that's what people came back for, I think, because they're like, "What's going to happen?" It wasn't just like, "Oh, the hero's going to win. Hero's going to win." Yeah. It's like, whoa, what's going to happen? Your favorite guy could just be dead the next episode.
I personally, I'm too sensitive for that. Like,
and that's the thing. I think that's why they don't make him like that so much. That's why they changed the ending of that book in the movie to a complete opposite ending. One of my favorite, not favorite movies, but a really good movie. It's called The Mist, and it's a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like in the movie, like they don't know why, but there's a bunch of like huge monsters, and the world is full of like this fog, and they can't really see anywhere, and they just get killed by monsters, and everyone dies. It's horrible. In the book, at the very end, basically just kind of pan out to saying, hey, we don't really know if there's any survivors, and the father like whispers something into his son's ears, like basically like we don't like. It basically says at the end of the book like we don't know if there's any survivors out there, and we don't know if we're gonna survive, and it kind of cuts out, and then the audience is like, whoa, what's gonna happen? Are
Yeah.
they alive? You know, in the book in the movie, it's a fucking tragic ending, but there's like a gun with 4 bullets. It's the father, his son, and like 2 other people. And well, so there's 3 bullets because there's only enough bullets left to kill 3 of them, and they're all just gonna kill themselves because they can't live, because there's nothing to do and there's nothing to live for. So the father shoots these other people and his son included, and then walks off into the fog to try to just like get taken by a creature. But right after he shoots his own fucking son, the fog starts clearing, and the military is like clearing the fog and like rescuing people. And it just shows him getting on his hands and knees and like,
Yeah.
like I just killed my own son.
Nope.
Like, and we're rescued. So,
Right.
And Stephen King even said, I hated that movie because the ending was better than I could have thought of. So that's just like a perfect example. Like that is like good story writing, and it's
Well, it's because
fucked,
it like
but,
it,
like-
it yeah it occupies your mind and you think about it and,
and it's fucked, but like it's an amazing ending. Like holy shit.
I haven't seen that movie, but I did read about that
Yeah.
ending, and I also read that an earlier part of the movie there was like a woman with her daughter, and just like it's just like I like save me, and they're like we can't save you, and like block her off.
Yeah.
And I guess you also like see her like on a bus riding by,
Yep.
getting saved.
Yeah.
oh what
Yeah. That movie's actually, it's not like the best done. It's kind of corny, but it's a good movie. And the book is by Stephen King. It's amazing. But I think, yeah, the fact that he even himself was like, that was a better ending than I came up with. It's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely think that more media like that where the heroes don't have to win. I
Yeah.
think that there's, especially more recently, I think there's a place for it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's probably just kind of like how things were, because I feel like back in the day, like with superhero movies and stuff, where it's like, oh yeah, the good guy always
Yeah,
wins.
yeah.
That was also kind of like during wartime,
That's true.
and like they really
Well,
needed to bring people's spirits up.
That's true. Because like you watch a war movie now, like for example, Fury, which I know you like. It's basically
Understatement.
Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, people in a tank, and they're either going to retreat or fight and save a bunch of people, the Germans. And Brad Pitt's like, we're staying here. And most of them end up dying, but they save countless other people because they withheld an enemy attack for a long time and ended up buying them time. And so a lot of the heroes died, but overall they kind of like won the battle, you know?
Mm.
So that's cool. And then I think a big reason people love Spider-Man is because he always loses his aunt. And so he always has to make, and they show in the Infinite Timelines thing, like across the universe and all that, like he has to always lose his aunt.
Well,
That's his
Yeah,
sacrifice.
it fuels his,
But it's also like he's the only hero I can think of. Maybe Thor, because Thor lost his whole home planet, blew
Well,
up. So
Batman too. Oh,
yeah, Batman lost his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Flash is just super fast.
Fast was fast, dude.
Ain't
Yeah,
no
and-
bad news catching him.
And yeah, I just think it's like either like a big sacrifice or just losing. And also apocalypse movies, like let the world end. Let it show what happens. It's cool. That's my take.
Yeah, I think those movies, those those kind of tones, they can definitely play into like the human spirit. And I feel
Yeah.
like more recently, we've been able to hold that better. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like we're in a time.
We're not
where
in a. I mean, there are wars, but we're not in a war.
Well,
So
we
this
have our hands in places.
a movie
but
that just came out called Civil War by A24. Fucking, we just watched that.
Oh yeah, that's
Amazing
okay.
fucking film. And for those that don't know, A24 is an amazing production company that basically does like the best indie or larger
Yeah.
films, and they always have really good stories and
They'll make you say what the fuck with
It's
your eyes really wet.
just quality ass films, all of them. I would definitely recommend like checking out like just A24 films. And yeah, Civil War is basically it just came out this year, and it's about like if there was a civil war in America, like because that's a possibility. And it's a very contentious time to drop that movie, but they still did. And basically the whole thing is like it's a bunch of like it's a couple photographers and a journalist trying to go get a picture of the president who was basically just getting cooed, right, out of America, like the Western forces and the Eastern or whatever. And the whole time they're just trying to get that shot. And at the very end, they basically get to the White House and they're running through the hallways and it's like a firefight. And these journalists are like best friends and photographers, like they're best friends and they go through this journey together. But at the very end, they just get so caught in the photo that they don't care if the other one dies. And spoiler, they die. And one of them dies, the main one. And the two others live, but they don't even like really bat an eye. They're just like, this was what it was worth to get this shot of the president dying.
Well,
and,
you have to like, but it's also like you have to think about the perspective too of the person watching, because my perspective is definitely different than yours. And like the whole time, I'm just thinking they could not catch a break. There was not one time where they could sit and think.
But she was selfish and she took that photo and let the other one die.
Yeah, but all because of all that they went through and all that they let up and then not catching a break, like that was their main goal. So
But then it just right after that, it's like they got the shot and the movie ends. And you're like, holy shit! And that was so powerful. Because it didn't tell you like, oh, they live happily ever after. No, it was like fucked. Yeah,
it was a good movie.
Anyway, I could go on. I love movies and shit like that.
And
I just think more should...
I never see movies, so I don't know any of the movies you talked about.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't really watch movies, but I do love reading synopsize.
To what?
Reading synopsis.
Oh.
Synopsis reading. Yeah, I don't
it
like
seems to
doing
me
that.
like you're an expert, Mark.
I am. I'm an expert.
Expert movie banker.
I'm an expert. All right, Taylor.
Expert. Okay. I think that standardized testing is an ineffective way to measure students' ability and knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. like
Agree.
For example, I wasn't very school smart. I didn't put much effort in the tests at all, but that doesn't determine my intelligence at all, And then also I think it's important for the teachers and the criteria, and every kid has a different pace, a learning pace too. And other things like home life, all that stuff. So I don't think that should be a big, I think there should be some kind of testing and stuff, but I think there should be like more categories kind of maybe,
Yeah.
like the initial testing.
It's just basically like, hey, I mean, it's called a standardized test. It's trying to compare. It's trying to judge kids based on a standard.
Yeah, I get that. But
it's like so robotic.
Yeah. And it doesn't, I feel like it has more of a negative impact than a positive impact.
Yeah.
It's kind of outdated nowadays.
I could have got a lot higher if I tried harder. I just tried medium.
Well, like there's other things too, like mental health or like different things like dyslexia, how you understand words, how they are written out in the most confusing freaking ways, certain things like that. I think that they should really change that up.
Yeah, that's been I think I've heard about that before. Like it's been an argument for a while. Still hasn't changed, but
Sounds about right.
Because it's like, well, how do you judge
yeah,
all the students within a whole nation?
and it's basically like college entrance exams. It's basically what it is. Like it's not, but it's used as a number to say, okay, this kid has so and so number. It's like your credit score. It's like
I went
here's
to a
your
1A
number.
school, so it was a little more, teachers, people were up in your business. Teachers got away with having very strong opinions and kind of forcing those on the students or verbally bullying the students, I guess you could say, because they were so strong opinions. But I think it just overall, what I'm trying to say is that the way that they're doing it does more damage because it kind of singles out the kids that are actually trying or they really can't understand. They know that they're not going to do good, so they don't try, and then they're kind of like belittled by the teachers about it.
our education system is kind of.
It's just that's a whole topic in
Yeah,
itself. But
I don't know. Like I think if people want to go to college, they should have the option of taking a test that proves their efficiency at something. That way, they have their own They're encouraged because they want to do this.
Encouraged, yes.
If you're saying everyone has to graduate, take this test, give you a number, and you get a rating in each category, like I get that. But if someone's like, well, I don't even want to go to college, or I'm not sure if I want to go to college, which speaks on our last time we talked too about should you even go to college? Like, I think that system is set up in place to make it's like to funnel kids through the education system that we have, which is college, and it's assuming that everyone understands the same, wants the same, has the same background, has the same standard,
exactly.
which is just not how humans.
Well, there's
work.
a lot of variables, like I was saying.
So many
Like
variables.
Home life
Yeah.
is big too.
So I don't know. I agree, but I don't really know what the alternative would be right now. There are some high schools. I have had friends that go to high schools that are, I forgot what the term is.
They're
It's like an art school basically. You pick your own degree in high school. You choose your focus, and you get pass or fail.
You get credits for stuff.
And
too.
you still can do whatever, but they don't do the SAT. They don't do finals like that. It's an art school. You choose your focus, and it lets kids develop a lot more into like what they think they want to do.
Yes, that was another thing that I was actually, it was like a shower thought, as you call it. I had a shower thought of that about, because like when I was in high school in art and stuff, I didn't have to do the projects that the whole class would have to do. I could do my own thing. I don't know why, but I would and then I would do better when I was able to kind of do my own thing. So like science projects, stuff like that. Like if you were able to focus on the things that you were interested in that category, in that, subject, then that would probably encourage kids to do better and learn better.
Yeah. Like give a broader.
Yeah.
Like,
not just like read this book, do this, have it done by
take
this
something
time.
you found interesting in this chapter.
Yeah.
And give me an applicable experiment that I can see you understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that works for you. Don't like, okay, make a volcano. Or like, do this exact planetary constellation. Like, just do your own thing within these parameters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think the whole education system should lean a lot more towards pick an interest and then work within that. Because like taking all the classes, taking all the requirements, and then getting tested on everything, even the shit you're just not interested in, to go to college. Like say you do really well in reading and writing, which I did, and not so good in math, which I did. You know what I mean? Like, but they all equal the same. But I never wanted to do math.
Yeah.
So it didn't. It fucked with my score, but that's not what I was interested in to start with. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be revamping of things. Yeah. But, like as Keenan is saying, is like, well, how else are you supposed to find out? Because, I mean, those standardized tests are to figure out where
they go and what classes and stuff like that.
Well, no,
it's just like
it's a standard. Like, how are we doing teaching the children of
It also
America?
gives the school feedback and the district funding abilities through the state. It funnels funding to certain districts that do well and certain schools that do well.
Yeah, but
so that's like a hard thing to judge.
This could get so big, honestly.
I know.
Because like there's things too where intentions, like what are the intentions of those things? Because it just kind of like it keeps the kids that aren't good where they are, and it
give more money to the people who are doing better.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's just like it's not working at all. But again, an alternative, I can't think of that either. So.
Yeah. That's true too. That's hard. That's like a government system thing.
Yeah, and that's just the hardships. That's why you see there's a lot of talk lately when it comes to homeschooling. Yeah, is allowing to be able to have your own set curriculum. I mean, you still need to hit certain standards and things, but there's just a lot more flexibility for the kids to be able to kind of learn what they want.
I think like I did homeschool for a little, but we did a class that was like the same as school. It was like fucking written out curriculum, and I was like, sucks. I cheated the whole thing. It's like,
sorry, Mom. Sorry.
It's like, you're telling me this is all just the same bullshit. I'm just gonna cheat. I can look online. It was easy.
I mean, like, I don't know. I just.
And then if you want to go to college, just take the college entrance exams. You have to anyway.
Yeah, there's two that you can do, and they have a wide range.
Exactly. If you want to be put in a certain class, take the algebra entrance. If like, yeah, that's still a separate thing, so that could remain separate. But yeah, I don't think standardized testing should really. It's just tough because I mean, like Japan and China produce the world's best scientists, in India too, and they all have very strict standard testing as well, and they produce the smartest people.
But lifestyle.
They also have the most population.
There's so many different things, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, the support systems. Then also, how are
Yeah.
those students doing? I mean, you can see in those
Fucking
countries,
stressed out.
yeah, the suicide rates are
Insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I failed my exam by 2 points, so now I'm not going
I
to get into
know.
that top college.
It's like, what's the fucking goal here? Are we trying to like produce better humans or better workers? And that's like,
And I think that's the thing that people argue with standardized testing is it's trying to, I mean, just kind of all standard things.
yeah,
like,
I just don't think that it should measure somebody's intelligence. And like, you know what I mean? Like
well, I think it doesn't, and everybody knows that. They
Yeah.
should know that. But
yeah,
pushing it.
yeah, no, I
No,
I
sorry,
agree.
Josh.
It's a can
I
of
kept
worms,
interrupting you.
but oh, no worries. I think we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
We don't really like it, but we also don't know what else to do.
There's 3 of us in here.
Let's figure it out,
Strange
guys.
world.
We're gonna be
So-
here all night.
Yeah, you listeners, let us know if you have any better ideas. Do it now.
Do it right now.
And
this is Charlie in New Mexico. What if like we just didn't go to school? Because I really don't like going to school.
well, Charlie, that's a crime, and I hate you. And we're
Yeah.
gonna get our cop listener
Charlie, if
to
you don't go
find
to
you.
school, you go to jail. What? That doesn't make any sense. I just want to play Fortnite. I don't know, kid. You're just gonna you'll literally go to juvenile detention if you don't go to school.
Which means you'll be away from school.
So just wait until we figured it out, and we'll tell you.
We'll let you know.
Keep listening. Okay.
He'll be like 30 by then.
We're 50. Eureka! Okay.
All right, my turn.
Yes,
turn.
you are up.
All right.
Fucking hot in here,
I
dude. When
know.
did summer happen? Jesus.
Uh,
All winter, it was like, fucking turn the heater on.
now we're like, turn the heater off. The heater in the sky, turn it off. Let's see. This one I just thought of today.
Ooh.
McDonald's used the $15 an hour argument to fast track ordering stations.
You have to explain that to me.
Yeah, elaborate a little bit.
Okay, so have you been into a McDonald's recently or seen videos of McDonald's where you won't order at the cash register?
The
you
little
have,
kiosk.
You have
Yeah,
a
I've seen
touchscreen
that.
kiosk that you put all your order in or on a mobile app or something.
I usually just go to the counter anyway because I'm like, what the fuck? And they look at me like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm ordering.
They're like, the kiosk is right there.
I don't
and
know.
you're
How,
like,
I think
"But
I've
you're right here."
actually used one time because everybody else was doing it. But I was like, I usually just go up.
Well, I was in the airport recently, and you could only order from the kiosk. They would say, "No, go to the kiosk."
Well, I feel like that
No.
makes sense in the airport because like in casinos sometimes they have like with the food courts and stuff they have that same system set up because there's only a certain amount of people that can man the food in
Yeah.
in that kind of atmosphere or building.
And that's exactly my point. So McDonald's was, I would say, probably one of the earlier companies to adopt the higher wages overall. And they're like, hey, look at us. We're doing such a good thing. We're giving our workers more money. But then the big wigs are like, awesome. Now people are still buying McDonald's and supporting us. And we're able to get these kiosks in, have a higher upfront cost. But after like 2 or 3 years, we can hire less people to take
Okay.
orders and man things.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you have to have people manning the registers.
So you're
bigger
saying they're
bigger
like-
picture loophole stuff.
You're saying it's like robots, but like half robots.
I'm saying that they basically used all these arguments of, hey, pay people more money to be able to pay less people more money.
So you're saying the touch screens took our jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually
Totally did.
going to be a hot take of mine was the long term like all the new
Totally.
yeah
Yeah.
that doing more damage than good in the long term.
Yeah.
Less employees is fucked.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing that
I mean, it's well within their rights, but like,
yeah. I mean, that's just the thing of like this whole argument. Like people will make the argument for like universal basic income. Is that something that we'll actually have to implement? Because we keep getting this technology that's able to actually replace some jobs. I mean, AI technology is getting to a point where you're actually able to have these companies have AI take on a lot of things that humans you would need a lot of human work to be able to do, but now the AI
Yeah.
can help. I mean, granted, it's not the best and people hate it,
Yeah.
but it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah, that's the scary thing.
And so, you can have AI replace 50,000 jobs, and then it's like, well, those 50,000 people, they need to get money somehow. And if places are like, well, we already also cut 20,000 workers, we don't need any more, we're going to have such a large amount of people trying to find jobs and trying to get employment.
Dude,
Yeah.
once
Us humans just have to step it up a bit.
once
like,
AI, and then AI is going to start fixing itself and making itself smarter because it's
Yeah.
AI, and then there's nothing to do.
I already see how this plays out.
Yeah, everyone does. It's so
Yeah.
fun. Dude, this guy dropped in a pamphlet at our work, a restaurant, for robot servers, and he handed it to us, the servers, and we were like, the fuck?
No.
You want me to give this to my boss? Like, no, I'm good. Fucking what? Hey,
Yeah.
man, here's something that can do your job for you. Take this. But then who? No. That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
It's there's just so many things, and companies they're just taking on this like, oh, the technology, it's kind of fun and cool.
Yeah.
Enter your order at a kiosk. You don't have to worry about waiting in line.
I'm like super old school. I like paper. I like money. I like writing out my notes versus typing them. Yeah, I don't like the whole tap pay. That makes me nervous. I think it was thought it
No,
was
that's
cool.
good. That's good to use.
I thought it was cool the first time like I saw it because I was like, what rock have I been
It
living
uses
under?
a virtual number, so it saves your.
I
having
just,
had my
it's
identity
just
stolen.
I'm like I said, I'm too old school.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm like, nope, not comfortable with
I
that.
feel it.
Here's $20 instead.
Yeah, I guess my thing, like I like the niceness of it, but like when it starts to impact our like a normal person's life is impacted, I think more negatively with these kind of changes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that these companies are doing to support the like what they take away. And something that we've just kind of seen over time is even though we have technology we're able to produce so much more things. We're able like my job. I work with a CAD environment, and I can make all these drawings and all these different different roadway sections and things. And beforehand they'd have to draw it all out, do all
Yeah.
the math, make sure everything's going good. So they could probably only get
Pull out
one
the
or
old
two.
protractor.
Yeah, okay, so like the time, it's more time consuming to do it.
Yeah.
Certain things, man.
And so, like, for me, I can spend less time, give you like 6 different things to take a look at, and you can pick it and it'd be easier. But overall, we're working longer hours, we're working for more, and we're producing so much more, and we're not seeing that benefit. And that's one reason why people are talking about like the 32-hour work week with the same exact pay.
Yeah.
Like that's one big push that they're trying to do is like we're producing so much. We can take a little bit hit in the production and still have as much as we need and then some.
What's crazy is like, okay, with more people, we need more infrastructure. With more infrastructure, we need more everything, more plans, more people to do all that. And it's like, okay, what do we need more of? The people to do it, the more jobs, or more efficient software, or AI to do half of it for us? Like, we do need some sort of more efficiency, but is that a natural phenomenon with the more people we have? Like, or do we need to like somehow figure that out? Because as our technology and our people like grow,
But again, so many variables.
like, it's just
So
fucking
many
crazy.
variables. People's life, what they're going through, what they, what they can and cannot do, all these things,
I see.
what fits best for that said person and what they're good at work-wise. But also about the like I think that like the evolution of electronics and all the cool stuff like tap pay, all that cool, but I think it's happening too fast.
It's freaky.
It's
It is
freaky. That's what I can't get behind. Like it's just in the last 10 years, it's just like what the hell?
Yeah, I have a computer on my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And Elon Musk is making a neuro fucking chip.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
allows someone that previously was not able to even function properly play Civilization 6. Like,
Mm-hmm.
go on the internet, play RuneScape, get those clicks in.
Yeah, I'm okay with living out in the woods on a homestead.
Once we put AI in our brain, we're all gonna be like we're all gonna know everything. It's like
You
that's-
already can do that.
Yeah, we already are. We have AI. We're already cyborgs. We just look at our phone. Like we have. If I asked anybody anything right now, they could tell me the exact answer within 30 seconds. If you have an iPhone or a smartphone. Sorry, Android. But like, if you ask anyone right now with service, hey, what's the answer to this fucking far out question? They could tell you. They just fucking hold on their phone or something and be like, dude, this is it.
Yeah.
We're cyborgs.
Which I think is why people like trivia so much lately.
Freaky.
Is just because it's like, okay, you can't look at your phone. You have to try
Yeah.
and remember these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's back to simpler times.
Yeah, exactly. Like, wow, what do I know? Shit, nothing.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. That's why we do it on this show, because it's fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess my original thing is just, I feel like companies are making the moves of getting rid of workers and not putting in placeholders to kind of like support those people that are now not able to work.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Too much.
It's too much, man.
Well, like, especially for the jobs that it's happening for, you know?
Yeah. Low income. Like, dude.
And, like, not very dangerous jobs either. Like, do, you know, dangerous jobs or like refinery jobs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
What you got, buddy?
This is a hot take. I thought when Trump got shot in the ear in an attempted assassination, that after he got back up with a bloody face and put his fist in the air and said fight, thought that was pretty fucking dope. And I don't like Trump. I hate that
Yeah.
motherfucker so much. But I think that was pretty dope. If I got shot anywhere, even if it just grazed me, I would crawl 30 feet and cry for my mommy. I prior to that happening, I always thought he was a little bitch. And I still think he is. I think he's scared of everybody and all this stuff. But like, man, I was just like kind of blown away that he got back up and was like, fucking ah. And that's really bad because now we're going to have more. If I am impressed by that, people that already really liked him or are obsessed with him, he's like a fucking angel to them now. He's God sent. So that's fucked. But yeah, I just think I can't imagine, like, I can't think of any other assassination attempt in history with the fucking guy getting up after him being like, yeah, fight. Like, that's crazy.
I mean,
I think, sorry.
there's a couple situations like that,
Yeah,
but
well, if you could tell me, that'd be awesome, because I fucking can't think.
well, it wasn't right after it happened, but a couple months after Reagan got shot, because he also had an assassination
He got shot
attempt.
like this. Where'd he ricocheted off the car and hit him or something.
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know the details of it.
Yeah.
I just know that they need to get better shots at these people. But
It's true.
Yeah.
Dude, so Trump came out, he turned his head to look at the graph, the immigration graph. If he didn't do it, it would have killed him.
yeah,
So just because he turned his head whatever way, it like went by his head at an angle.
yeah.
But it
Chris.
was gonna kill him.
Chris.
That's crazy.
So
Anyway.
Reagan got shot.
Yeah.
2 months later was doing another like press conference thing and doing like a speech, and a balloon popped and it sounded like a gunshot. And mid-sentence, like as he's just like speaking, like, and this is how we're going to, save our nation. And then pop, and he's like, miss me.
That's pretty badass.
Okay. Yeah. See, I feel like that. Okay. So
But also he wasn't. That was a balloon.
when
It was cool, but it's still a balloon.
yeah, but when I think about like the Trump doing that, I just think of the whole behavioral like aspect of it, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. It's like, wow, okay, you're batshit fucking crazy.
He is batshit
like,
crazy. He
that
doesn't
just,
have
like, that just,
social.
like, I don't.
He's not scared of shit.
Yeah.
Like in a bad way. Like he's not afraid to be fucking indicted. He's not afraid to have people shoot at him. I mean, he probably should be, but
Well, I think it's just kind of more like the context. I mean, there has been times
Yeah.
that he's probably been
definitely
scared shitless.
And I'm sure, like, when we don't see him, he's probably like, "Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing." But also, like, I don't know. That made me think that less. Like, he got COVID a bunch because he never wore a mask, and it's like,
from my understanding, he only got it once.
I thought he got it like a few times.
Well, maybe there was just one time that I read, and he was like
really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone was just like, ooh.
Please don't get up.
Did they like catch the guy who?
They shot him immediately.
Yeah, like
Oh,
3 seconds after.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, he was like in plain sight the whole time, and people were like pointing him out. And I guess one cop like climbed up the ladder to go look at him, and he turned and pointed the AR at him, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" So he went back down the ladder, and then right after is when he shot Trump. So they didn't really. It was obviously a bad look for the Secret Service and the cops on that. Jesus, but yeah, they popped the guy immediately, which is like, wait, if you could see him the whole time to pop him, why didn't you pop him to start with? The fuck?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Which is like, some people were like, it's staged, because it is kind of fucking sus.
Okay, but yeah, like at the same time, also, like the guy did 3 shots and just.
One hit a speaker. He's just some 20-year-old nerdy kid who didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Aw.
Stole his dad's gun. Had a Demolitions YouTube channel shirt, which is like a gun and explosions channel. And he was registered Republican, voted Republican, but also donated a little bit of money to a liberal fund. So just a mixed up kid who stole his dad's gun and
Attempted to kill the
attempted
president.
to kill ex-President Trump or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
you kind of see that a lot in the last
yeah.
couple of years. I mean, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, grabbed his parents' gun and went
Just
across
think,
state
like,
lines. And
Hey, oh man, that AR that just shot me, we should ban those. No, I'm going to give more money to them. Anyway. Fuck Trump, but I thought that was pretty badass.
yeah,
And the photos, somehow, the Pulitzer Prize-winning, a Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer, which is like the highest prestige photographer, was at that rally in Pennsylvania on some farm. That guy was there and got that iconic photo of him with his fist in the air and all the SS around him and shit. So kind of fucking dope. And I'm sure like if the photos weren't as cool, it wouldn't be as dope. But like, I don't know. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, I will
Kind
say
of that's like a historical moment
I'm
right there.
pretty like surprised to hear that out of your mouth, to be honest.
And I was thinking about it today. I was like, that's a fucking sick photo. No matter who you are, no one deserves to get shot, by the way. So that's fucked. But like, pretty badass. I fucking think he's a horrible president. But in terms of like just pure, that was cool. That's it. That was cool.
the little kid boy. in
Yeah,
me
yeah,
thinks
exactly.
that's
I'm
so
not getting political
badass.
with it. I'm not like, I just think that was pretty badass.
yeah. I think that's one thing that both sides can agree on.
Yeah. And you don't gotta like, you know, even if you're like a super liberal person, like you got that was badass.
What I think is
You know what I
like
mean?
the coolest out of that is the fact that he decided to turn his head for whatever reason, and that's
Look at the graph, yeah.
like that little bit right there.
I'm glad he didn't die. I don't think people deserve to fucking die like that.
Yeah.
He's a
But
shit
what
ass
about
human.
Go.
but
Even the kid
dude,
that like attempted the
Nah, he shouldn't be killed either, but there's no other way to handle that. He has an
Yeah.
AR in a public situation.
well, yeah, I get that.
And yeah, I killed at
Killed a
least one
person.
person.
Yeah. And I don't know. And then he went on the ground and he was like, "Oh, let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes." Not get me out of here. Like, let me get my shoes.
I mean, bro, those shoes are probably like
Probably like $3,000 loafers.
maybe
$300,000
minimum.
loafers. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. He's crazy. That's probably what it mostly is. But
Yeah, I was gonna say
Regardless.
I've seen videos of like crazy people like getting tased or like slashed, and they're just like, I don't feel none.
like, that's pretty badass. Okay. It's still crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
still a crazy
Yeah,
person.
exactly.
Oh boy,
Yeah, what
Fucking
you got for us?
sweating.
I'm pretty.
So much.
It's a hot take, baby.
That's hot
hot
takes
take.
for you.
the hot days on you.
I don't really have a third one because they're all kind of the same, honestly.
I'll just lump them together.
Lumping
Yeah,
them
create one
together.
amalgamation of hot take.
Frankenstein it.
Okay, just whatever pops in my head. I think that beatboxing should come back because that's cool. I think making sounds and weird movements with your body is very important for everyday life and spiritual growth and a lot of good things. So I think beatboxing.
Okay, the second part made it cooler.
Yeah.
When you're like, I think movement and all, like, just expression. Yeah.
Yeah.
Percussion expression is cool. Beatboxing is cool if it's good.
If it's good.
I have seen so many people do it at like talent shows and shit. And I'm like, damn. Like, I'm not great, but like,
No. I
damn.
I can't
Oh,
even
yeah.
do the boots and cats. I can't even.
Yeah, I was
do
gonna
that.
say all I have is puss and boots.
I used to do it. I used to do it.
Boots
You
and
know,
cats.
I used to be a choir kid in high school. We used to have like a little beatbox circle.
You're still a
And
choir kid.
whatever. So
Yeah, you can take the kid out of the choir, but you can't take the choir out of the kid.
That's right.
Uh-uh.
I knew that going in. No, I think beatboxing is cool, but only like really good beatboxers. And like dubstep, there's guys that do like dubstep beatboxing.
Like those cool dancing. You know what is it? Like when they look like their bodies aren't supposed to do that. You know, like the what
the
is
robot.
it? The
Oh yeah, just like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
whatever. The yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that thing.
Like
I
the-
don't know that, but
like the
it's cool.
Jabberwockies.
Yeah, like that's true. We don't really have like the dance group battles and beatbox
Yeah, like
shit.
and that's really important for your body too.
That was like definitely like early 2010s, huh?
That was such a
Mhm.
sick era.
That
All
wa-
the
you're
dance
right. That was a
movies.
pretty cool ass era.
Yeah.
All the dance teams. Yeah,
Yep.
we had the fucking at our high school. We had like a breakdancing club.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
there was-
did breakdance when I was like fucking 10.
I remember there was one time when we were running laps for wrestling, just going up and down. They're like practicing their moves, and some of the seniors were like, "All right, let's think of like a cool dance thing that we could do, like going into them and like have like a mini dance off." And like after doing like 8 laps, they finally figured it out, and then we're just like coming around, does like this like sick ass slide and like jumps up, and another one like went through the legs, and then
Oh.
one like leaped over, did like
Oh,
a
you really did
front
a full
flip.
thing.
It was
Jesus, what the fuck?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was freaking
Or,
sick.
You remember that?
Our center did a
Thursday.
front flip. I think.
Center
the whole-
wrestling.
Oh fuck me. Sorry. You said football fields.
I did more than one sport. He did.
I know you lettered, didn't you?
Yeah, on all of them.
Yeah.
I'm a letter boy. I know all of them.
Boy.
A,
E.
B, C. You got the rest.
All the way to E.
F.
There was a what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought because I had another one enter at the same time. I had a friend in college. Her name was Absidy, ABCDE.
Oh, that's cool.
It was actually pretty sick. And then the other one left. My other train. God damn it. Yeah, I agree. I think movement's really important. I've always really liked. This is like different, but like when you work out, people just think of that as like a certain thing, like lifting weights. But there's like this whole subculture called locomotion,
Mm-hmm.
which is just means you can say like locomotion is just the act of physical movement, of moving forward, scientifically. And like when you say like, oh, that fish has locomotion, like it just means they're moving. And basically,
I've never.
yeah, so it's like because no one would use that. But locomotion is a subset of working out and like fitness and yoga, and it's kind of all shit combined, like calisthenics. And it's basically like just moving freely and
Yes.
however your body's energy wants to move.
Yes.
And there are certain poses and routines you can do and learn, but the goal is to basically get to a point where you can move these interesting, crazy, mobile ways to let your body like fully, the energy completely come out. Like when we're dancing to music, that's part of it. Like when,
Yep.
especially when we're dancing to dubstep, we're like doing these wacky fucking crazy things. But like this is just like learning specific movements to really channel that energy and let it out. And like, yeah, I mean, that's fucking cool. And I think dancing, like whatever kind of weird dancing, like the Jabberwockies did, whatever that's called, I don't see much of that
I
anymore.
like earth dancing. It's kind of like something that's like, I think the average person would think is really weird
Fucking hippie.
to watch. Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at fucking hippie over there.
You know, and but it's got so many benefits and it's just so good.
agree.
And
The hippie side of me is like, fuck yeah. Because I agree. Yoga is amazing, and it's kind of like yoga, but it's more like musical. And like I've been to a few drum circles. I've seen some crazy people dancing around, and I'm always like, when I was younger, I was like, the fuck.
yeah.
But now I'm like, I
Fair,
get it.
but
You know what I mean? Like it's especially
It's
when you're on
just-
acid.
Oh, it's just so
I mean,
good.
yeah, it's freeing. It's expressive. It gets your body moving, releases
It's
Better than
important.
sex.
Moving.
Moving.
Yeah.
And there's like when we go to those festivals and stuff, like yeah, it's for the music, but it's also like everyone in unison is just fucking feral and like letting it out. And that's what's really cool. So
I definitely drive off the energy from those.
yeah,
But I just love dancing in
I love
general.
dance. I
Yeah,
love
me too.
dancing.
Like
Yeah,
that's like if
I love dance.
there better be a dance floor at your wedding or I'm not coming. I don't
The
care.
whole fucking thing's
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't know what you're talking
dance
about. If
floor.
you're not dancing, get out.
Josh is not. Josh dances. He's fine.
Good.
He's fine.
Oh yeah, I've seen you dance.
Oh, I'm so sweaty.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to beatboxing.
I think it's irrelevant at this point.
If beatbox is really good, it's cool to like do that with your mouth and shit. But also like, most people aren't.
Like what? Yeah.
It's
Like
hard.
what are you gonna do with that really?
Make cool sounds. I don't know. I think it should come back. I think it needs to be more widespread. Like, you know how chess got like really big during the pandemic. I
Yeah,
wish
with that show,
beatboxing was like
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
I wish it was
Queen's Gambit.
sourdough, chess,
Beatboxing.
beatboxing. Like it should have been
Tiger King beatboxing. Barefoot. I think. Okay, like this is like a whole thing too, but like there's certain people who like because there's beatboxing like for rap, but then there's like sounds people
Yeah.
make, and a
Yeah.
lot of it comes from like they make like didgeridoo sounds or they do like Mongolian. I'm not sure if
oh
it's
the Mongolian
Mongolian.
throat.
Is it Mongolian?
singing?
Yeah.
Tongue.
No, it's called
Oh.
throat singing, and it's like that's fucking sick. And a lot of beatboxers use that in their like as they're like. I used to try. I'm not gonna do it right now.
Transition
I used to
thing.
try to do this, but like, they like would keep that going the whole time while they're making it beat, and it just created like this like euphoric like hum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So sick. Like that shit is very cool. There's a lot of ways to use your body and your voice,
Mhm.
and it all has to do with energy and like expressing it and letting it out in certain ways. And
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know how it comes back? By having a lot more people do it.
exactly.
Yep.
That is weird because that just kind of went away.
Mhm. It really did.
Yeah.
And then like all these other things started happening. That's
True.
really great. We need a good balance of that.
It's like post COVID, people are just like do less.
Which I mean, I guess that's kind of like the way things just go nowadays. I mean, like how we have all these trends of the different outfits and things that are coming back again.
Yeah.
Like these things are just gonna ebb and flow. Like we're just gonna have them keep coming back. Like
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, remember towards the end of our high school when yo-yo was a thing again?
Do I remember that?
I mean, it was just at our school for whatever reason.
I was part of the hacky sacker club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a hacky sacker. Hacky sacker by the dumpsters in the back, bro.
You want to get sacked?
Every time I tried yo-yoing, I would nail some bone on my body. I'd be like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
shin
you're
guards.
prone. You're prone for that though.
True.
Prone to that.
That's true. Yeah, don't give me a fucking like fast spinning puck on a string that I'm holding. I'm gonna whack myself. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, how you guys feeling? You want to do another round or?
Yeah,
How
let's
long? How
do
long
it.
has it been?
Every time I laugh or smile, my ears are moving the things that I have to readjust it. Did you laugh?
Stop
it
being-
moves like an
Yeah.
inch every time. Jesus
Well, like a
Christ.
smile,
too much.
like it's like rises up off because like I said, I don't have a headphone head. I don't have a headphone head.
Yeah.
I don't have headphone head.
We are currently at 118.
Let's do one more.
One more round.
Let's kind of do a little rapid here.
Okay.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Let's see. So I'll start off. Mine's kind of shoot. It's kind of similar to what we talked about before, so maybe it'll be quick this time. Self-checkout is a net negative for customers.
Explain that negative.
So self-checkout, you are having to scan all the items, which, I mean, we're not used to looking for the scan, like the barcode, so it takes us longer to scan it. We're not usually aware of exactly how to bag it, so we're spending more time bagging it as well. And when something is wrong, like it's like, oh, you put something in there, it's like, no, I didn't. Then
That.
someone needs to come over and help you and punch a button in. And sometimes the kiosks are like broken, or there's even times where they'll just like close it down. It's like, it's after 10 p.m. We're not going to allow you to use it anymore.
You can't leave.
We're not gonna lie to use it anymore.
Let's
I
see.
didn't catch that. That's funny.
Like alcohol. I mean, it like you have to
So
do like an
annoying.
ID check, and it's like they come by. Sometimes look at your ID. Sometimes they're like, yeah, the life is out of your eyes, so I see you're over 21.
Yeah.
You may not be, but you are drinking.
Oh, I see you here every single day. I don't even have to look.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Um,
think self-checkout was the first step towards that self-automating societal system that you're talking about.
I'm pro self checkout. I like checkout, self checkout, but I know how to bag groceries. I know an efficient way. I know where the barcodes are. I get people who don't, like elderly people. Like I was just in Safeway late at night a bit ago, and this older guy.
Poking the screen.
Well, no,
What the
yeah,
hell?
they had just closed the register guy and sent him home. So he was like, oh, this is going to take me too long. Like, I don't know how to use this thing, da da da.
That's
So I
fucked up.
helped him out, I got a cool story out of it. It was nice. But so for that, that makes sense. But it's also good for people to know how to do things like that efficiently for them,
Oh yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine doing it too. Like mostly.
It's faster.
I used to be a
sometimes.
bagger
In and out.
and a cashier, but
And you can push out a lot more people because you can have like 8 kiosks going
Yeah.
at the same time. So I mean, there is benefits to it, but that's why I say like net negative.
I agree.
All the things that I said, and then also the things that I said previously about like the McDonald's thing.
Yeah.
They got rid of like.
jobs.
Do you remember back in the day when you'd go into a store and every single checkout line was full
It's
of
not like that
just
anymore,
things?
ever.
You
Yeah.
don't have, the only place is Costco.
Mhm.
Like you really
That's
don't
true.
have that. Like most of the time they only have like 1 or 2 people manning those things, and therefore they don't need to have as many people
I think
working.
I like self-checkout. I think we should always have real people there though too, on a line, not just there to help, but like on their own lane. So people that are old or people that don't know how to do it or choose not to can just go there still.
Well,
Both options.
I want to add to that too. Is like, okay, so you have increase in product. The amount of things that are on the shelves now. They still keep a good amount of people employed there working on the clock all day round, but they're just not manning the cash registers. They're out on the floors or in the back, doing stuff, extra set of hands because there's more tasks to do as well. But yeah, I think more people to
Yeah,
help other
everybody
people at
needs
the
a job,
checkout would
yeah.
be nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Why not both? Both of them.
Yeah, which I think that I would argue that's like a positive with the pandemic was the whole online shopping thing where you can get your groceries delivered or have someone shop for you and you can pick them up. Like that's added jobs in. But if we didn't have that happen and we just had the same system, I would say overall there would still be less people working in general because I mean, how many cashier lines are there? Like 12 or something, and then now you only need 2 people manning the cash registers, 1 person in the self-checkout, so you have 9 jobs, and you probably didn't fill all 9 jobs like getting people to put stuff back on the shelves. So overall you're still having less people working in general.
Definitely here too. That's a thing. I've having traveled a bit this summer. It's kind of like a Washington. Like there's a little bit in other states, but most stores still have regular lines. From what I can tell, like almost every store in Bellingham is like self-checkout now.
Yeah, but
So-
there's other places that are kind of doing the same
Definitely,
thing.
but yeah, I think it's places that are a little more affluent do it more so. I don't know. Yeah, because I didn't really think about that until just now. But like when I was in New Mexico, it was mostly just like regular people everywhere, regular lines. They were all full. I don't know. Canada was regular people too, but I was also on Vancouver Island, which is pretty rural. So
Yeah, that's
Mm.
true. That's where Alone is shot.
Well, I
Oh,
like
yeah.
the saying, don't fix what's not broken.
yeah, I just think where jobs are, keep them. But companies obviously just want to keep their money, their profits. so-
Yeah, there's the bottom line. But and then I don't know, there's like the arguments of like, well, do you need all those cash registers anymore? Like one thing that I feel conflicted about is in Oregon where you can't pump your own gas, someone pumps it for you.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm not a huge fan of it,
I think
but
they
at the
just
same time,
change that.
it's also a job for someone to do that.
I think they brought that back. The last time I was there, I pumped my gas.
Well, it's like I would like to pump my gas, but you can wash my windows and I can give you some cash for that. But like I don't know. It's just because
Yeah.
I'm not used to that.
Yeah. And that's probably where I'm like,
It's weird. Yeah, it goes both ways. But overall, like, I mean, fucking Amazon has it where you go in now and just leave and it knows what you got.
well, yeah, but they also found out that Amazon employed 1,000 Indian people to just watch people with a camera and
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those Amazon Go stores, which they got rid of them now because they're like,
What?
people aren't really using them anymore because the novelty's gone. But yeah, it wasn't like this super high tech system. It's that they could just watch you, and then like you put in some info once you get in there, and someone could be like, okay, here's the info, just following this person.
Oh my god. So okay, when I go to a Mariners game at T-Mobile, they have that. It's an alcohol
Yeah,
area.
the alcohol thing. I tried that the other day.
Is that 1,000 Indians watching me?
It's probably the 1,000 Indians watching.
Ah, what? I thought that was like some crazy AI tracking.
I mean, we do kind of have like that technology going with like the face, like getting the face and stuff, which is why
My
like
back is so wet.
like Snapchat is probably making a lot of money because filters, it requires using your face data, and they can like they in the
There's
terms
like
and
these
services.
things called dreams now. Where they like
Oh, dude,
AI
I
your
don't use
face.
that. It was like, do you want to? I was like, upload your face? Like, fuck no.
Yeah.
The fuck? So you can have a 3D rendition of my face in your database?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, freaky ass little Snapchat boy. What the hell? God, so
Yeah.
weird.
So it's like all these things that we like think are cool and stuff like can be used against us, and
Yeah.
a lot of our fun technology, it can also just be 1,000 Indians in a trench coat.
I did not know that.
1,000 Indians.
That's why that guy was so tall yesterday. All right. My last one. If you don't want to donate your organs when you die, you shouldn't be allowed to receive donated organs. Obviously, if you have a medical condition and you can't donate your organs or your blood, duh. Fucking duh. But, yeah, I think if it's probably usually for religious purposes because you want to be like whole when you get buried or cremated. You're going to get buried or cremated. No one gives a fuck. And I'm not religious, sorry. But if you are willing to take someone else's organ and put it in yourself, but you are not willing to give up one of your organs when you're dead, go fuck yourself. That is the epitome of selfishness.
Yeah.
You do not deserve to have a dead person's selflessness if you are completely selfish.
But what do you mean by that for sure? Like just somebody who's like does not registered or have it on there like an
Yeah,
organ
you
donor?
choose. Are you going to be a donor? If you say I'm not going to be a donor, that means you're not willing to donate your organs when you die. If
Yeah.
you die in a car accident
And you're
and-
not
and
Yeah.
you don't have the heart on your
Yeah.
ID or whatever the thing is
Organ
in
donor.
different states, yeah, they are not legally allowed to use your body's organs to save another person's life because
Yeah.
you didn't say
Yeah.
they could.
Yeah.
But if you're in a car accident and someone else has a heart and you're gonna die, you're blacked out, you're like, under surgery, and you wake up and you have somebody else's organ in you, but you weren't willing to. That's so fucked up.
Yeah. That yeah.
Like that's not okay. That's not okay. I think it should be super illegal, honestly. Like if you don't put a heart on this, you are not allowed to receive organs. Think about that. Like if you get in a car accident and we can save you with someone else's organ, if we find that you are not willing to donate one of your own, we're not able to save you.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think
It's like eye for eye.
that
you
is fucking you're
that's a nice
dead,
way.
bro. You're fucking dead.
Yeah.
That's so selfish. You're so selfish dead that you can't save somebody? Go fuck yourself. So that's what I think.
Yeah, which is why, like, I think, same thing with like voting. It should just be an automatic thing that, like, once you get like your license or something, you're automatically an organ donor unless
Straight
you
up.
say I do not want to be an
And
organ
if
donor.
and then in large print, if you take this away, if you take someone else's chances of living away, your chances of living go away too. Fucking fair. So fair.
yeah,
No,
I like the way.
I agree. I definitely think
Because
that
there is not enough
well, you
organ
can't
donors.
you can't just be like no.
Yeah, right?
That just there's no that's not even,
I'm gonna be dead, but I still want my fucking liver. Fuck you, dude.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
I
But
don't
I get what
care.
you're saying too, though, about there is some cultural things and stuff like that.
Sure, if that's not okay. Even if there is, like, you know what fucking Jesus wanted? People to live, people to love. Jesus, dude, that is the most selfish thing I could think of. Seriously, that and not putting your shopping cart back.
Oh God.
Those two fucking things.
I had a friend whose mom is I would say is like kind of into conspiracy theories in a way, but like ones that it's like, well, I guess that's plausible.
I like
Um,
people that like a little bit of because I do a little bit.
yeah, I like to conspirize a little bit, but this one I was like, it's a little much. I could see it though. She said that if you were an organ donor, that sometimes like if you were like on the brink of like life or death, and they're like, oh, but you have a lot of like healthy organs, that they would pronounce you dead and kill you to get your organs.
Okay, if you believe that, then you shouldn't get organs anyway. God.
I feel like that's a little
That's
far fetched.
Okay, so if you're making up excuses, then you're extremely selfish. God. Well, I think that they'll take them from me. You're just making excuses to be selfish. That's my fucking.
I mean, who
theory on
knows
you.
if she's an
Like,
organ donor or not?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if somebody would do that, like, fuck you.
But like, it's also like scary that it's just like, oh well. I mean, how many times have people been like close to dying, and then they're like, that's a pretty good looking heart right there.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna save you
shame
because
if
that's
it
their jobs,
stopped.
and that's on their conscience.
Okay, but that trailer we just watched.
Okay,
of
yeah,
the
we
true
watched
story,
the trailer for Dr. Death, which is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that this
never
one
know.
surgeon committed malpractice on purpose to fuck people up. That's
Messed up.
not the same thing.
No,
Not every
but no,
surgeon is
but-
Dr. Death.
No. But it's possible. People, it's
That guy's
possible.
gonna kill you no matter what. That guy's all
Yeah.
crazy.
But
guy.
that guy could be your doctor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm on board with you. I think it's definitely selfish for people to be like, no.
Yeah, and I do think like I don't know if it's like an oversight, and their family was like, no, they are willing to do that somehow. That could be a legal thing. Sure, we can save them. But
Yeah,
like,
power of attorney could do something.
and
like
it's
that.
pretty fucked to be like, we can save this person, but if they don't have a heart, like I get that. That's fucked. I don't know. It's in practice much more intense. you
Yeah.
know, because if you can save someone but they don't have a heart, like that's so fucked up. So I don't know. I don't know if we should actually do that, but I believe that like you said, it should be automatic. Hey, you are an organ donor. You don't need these. It's part of being human. We save each other.
Yeah.
And if your religion says you have to be intact, this is an exception. This isn't fully like that's not a thing. You're gonna be cremated anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's not going to be going to use, then
Yeah. What's like, that's just selfish, like you were
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah. I don't know how you'd put that in practice, but
Little fixed, closed mindsets, kind of just like, I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's things that we see today as like kind of barbaric in nature, and it's still like a practice. And people are like, why is that even a thing? It's like, well, I don't know. Maybe we could do that as a thing.
yeah, exactly. Once
Yeah.
it becomes normal,
It's just our culture. Sorry.
I just feel like it'd make a better society. People would learn to like just be less selfish and be like, I don't know, and also like to stop fucking following religion to a T.
Yeah, that's kind of like what, like my topic of like the home ec or things in school being taught more, like open-mindedness, not just like the strict one side things, like
I'm more important
questions-
than you.
questions and like real true life stories of other things that get these kids thinking in different ways, putting themselves in other people's shoes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Everyone should be willing to donate their organs. You're dead. You're fucking dead.
Yeah. You probably shouldn't take my lungs though. That they have asthma.
They wouldn't use them. They'd scrape the asthma out. Just like, dude, you're fucking dead. You're not willing to save somebody. Ass hat.
Ass hat.
Put an ass
Affleck.
hat.
Put an ass. Put on a hat.
on your-
Wear it.
Ass hat.
Asshole.
Asshole.
Put an ass hat
Huh?
on your asshole. Put an ass hat. Put it down there. Asshole. Ass hat. All right, Taylor.
Suck.
What's your last one?
Oh,
Then we can stop.
I don't have one.
What?
I
You had,
don't
like-
have
you had a few.
well, I know, but mine are so like,
Just say one.
okay, well, I think that you should be able to sell your cool creative shit on the sidewalk wherever you want if you're not hurting anybody or harming anybody
I
or
agree.
disrupting any businesses.
I think you should. I'm not familiar with how it works right now. I know obviously you have to like register for markets and stuff. And I think in some places you can sell on the street. You just have to calling it a permit.
Yeah, that's.
So you're saying just be able to like go
And
and
you have
sell.
to pay for
Yeah.
the ability to do that, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. They want your
Or
money
get a
for
fine
everything.
for doing it. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which both ways can be cost prohibitive.
Yeah,
think-
exactly.
I think I agree with that if it's a temporary 1-day structure.
Yeah, you
keep a
can't just like
structure out
show
there.
up. Like I said, no loitering or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like you just like, but you know.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool because, yeah, you see a lot of stuff on like Etsy or you see a lot of stuff at markets, but even to get a bid on a market spot is really hard. They have very limited spaces.
Yeah, a
And
lot
you
of
have to pay for
creatives.
it. Pay for a spot, booth.
Yeah, that's why it was cool. Like living up in Glacier too was the little tiny mom and pop shops up there. You
Mhm.
know, you can put your stuff in there, and
It's like
they're,
when you're
cool
driving
about it.
towards the mountain, you see like cherries, $3 a basket on the side of the road. Like they're not permitted. They're just there selling their cherries. They're just chilling.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. I just think, especially in a town like Bellingham, I think it'd get a little overcrowded downtown with that. But again, if that was a thing, there'd probably be more like pedestrian streets where that could be like a thing. Because in New Zealand where I lived, there was a street that was just a pedestrian street, big open boulevard, like cobblestone and shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I love
And-
pedestrian streets.
Yeah, exactly. And people could just go and set up their thing, set it up every day, take it
Yeah.
down. And a lot of countries do that. Just set it up, take it down. It's normal.
And like festivals and stuff like that too. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that there should be like the range should be a little looser on
Yeah.
those.
I agree with that. Actually.
Yeah, like a good example around here is the farmers market.
Mm.
The last couple of years, they've been starting to really just bog down on people and be like, "Hey, you're not in the market. You need a permit to be out here."
Exactly.
And and they also like upped like the permit price
yeah,
as well.
the price
It's
is
expensive.
insane, and you can get a tiny little spot on the corner of the sidewalk outside of the wood fire pizza with La Fiamma.
Mm.
Still
I think
expensive.
again, in New Zealand, I use this as a reference because it was fucking awesome for markets. They had pedestrian streets. Every day was a market on the pedestrian street, large market. But every Wednesday and every Saturday, they also had huge markets in like 5 different spots in town, like markets, tons of markets. And I'm sure it was some sort of like lottery permit system. But the fact that there was so many of them, your chances go way the fuck up. And I don't think it costs any money to do it. You just fucking
Yeah.
you're in. Oh, sick. Go set up. And the fact that they have 2 markets a week and it was like 5 or 6 different places around town, your chances are way up. You have way more chance to sell your things. It doesn't cost any money.
Well, and then also
it's
not
like-
even just like the selling of the things
Mhm.
too. It's like bringing like, what if you're selling something cool and like word of mouth? It
Yeah.
targets one certain person, it tells their friends and more friends, and then boom,
Mhm.
the market's getting more people to come in, which is making other, more money for the other stands too.
Yeah. I think it should be regulated a bit, like, hey, 4 per block or something. Or, you know how we have like parking spaces? Maybe like a tent space.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, something.
Yeah, I think there should be like some way to still kind of register them,
Mm.
but have it minimalized in a way that it can like you can accommodate everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's another thing to add though too is I'm not like talking about like I get with the food and stuff like that. Like all that stuff should be they should meet qualifications. It should all
Yeah,
that.
Food,
But
yeah.
that was.
but
that
like
one
little
thing's food.
like woodworking sculptures. This guy downtown, he does like cool mushrooms out of wood he finds, and he puts a lot of work into them. And he pays a lot to have a table set up there. But his
Mm.
art's pretty expensive because he puts a lot of work into it. So like they don't sell as much either.
Mhm.
But in like earrings and stuff like that, like you don't need like no liability bond thing. You don't need to worry about that. So like little things like that, I feel like should be,
Yeah.
let people sell their art.
There was like in New Mexico when I was down there was like a little roads, like a rest area. And there was a big drive around and there was just vendors set up everywhere. And I was like, the fuck?
that's pretty
This is sick. It's just a touristy area because it was the tallest bridge or whatever. And there was just vendors
Tallest bridge
everywhere. As like the tallest bridge in the United States, I think.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, well, we were like driving, we're like, holy shit! Like, look down, like, what the fuck? 'Cause we didn't know where we were or what. We just weren't expecting that to happen. I was like, we gotta turn around, walk on this bridge, and it was like fucking tall. But anyway, there was a bunch of vendors there, and I don't think it was a permitted thing. I think they were just like tourist area. So it's 20 or 30 posted up selling really cool shit, and I got some things.
Yeah. I mean, you see stuff like that in California too.
Yeah.
Just post it up. Just
Yeah.
hey, here's my glizzy stand.
But it's always exactly. My pleasures. But I think it, and then in California exactly. You get like the micheladas and shit. Disgusting. But but yeah, I think it'd be cool to have that more so. We're very regulated here. Market once a week, and you have to pay $200 a booth, and it's only 20 booths. And if you're outside of that, you're gonna get feed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too much, man.
Too much. Yeah. Okay, I'm very fucking sweaty in this bitch. I'm like spinning around and trying to get airflow in my body.
My ears hurt and I'm hungry.
Josh, I'm tired. Are we there yet?
All right. Yeah, we're
Okay,
almost
that was
there.
very fun. I'm just hot.
Well, thank you,
smell like-
Taylor, for.
smell like
Thank
a
you.
rotten
I wish I was more
cantaloupe.
prepared.
That's okay.
Last
It was
minute.
a quick
Coley
last
said
minute.
an hour before, "Hey, I'm not doing it." Okay. Fucking Coley. Fucking
It's
guy.
okay.
It's fine.
Cully, if you're listening,
It's fine.
Sure.
Help me fix my Honda. Thanks.
yeah, there you go. But yeah, Taylor, do you have anything to shout out?
No. No, I don't.
No, that's all right.
Stay happy and treat people with love and kindness. And
Beatbox.
don't be a little bitch. There's more perspectives than yours. I don't know.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch.
Don't be a little bitch. There's more perspectives than
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have an open mind.
Don't be a bitch. Have an open mind. Beatbox. Go on the corner with your fruit.
Thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Diff. Next week, 100% for sure, always, we will be discussing prawn
100%.
versus shrimp, macro versus micro photography, psilocybin versus LSD.
You said it.
I got it.
Psilocybin.
I've been hearing these for so many weeks, it feels like now.
Yeah, we'll probably get it next
God.
week, maybe. Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com.
Adios.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.